window, or can we think we can tilt the computer enough that it's not that big of a deal?
I think we're fine.
I don't mind having a halo.
You got a halo?
We all know I'm not a good knitter, but that's okay.
Oh, hi. Did you forget what we look like?
We're alive.
What I was trying to get the episode number.
Yes.
And I was looking, I went, June? Surely it hasn't been.
But we podcasted twice in June, to be fair.
Well, we did, but
we usually do once a month.
It was June and this is September.
No, it's bad. It's been bad.
It has been bad.
We're really sorry.
We're excited to be back with you.
Yeah.
I'm Debbie. And I own the shop here at Dances with Wool. We're in Midlothian, Virginia, right outside of Richmond. And we're happy to be with you today.
Hey, my name is Erin, and I'm the store manager. And you can find all the information about us on our website, which is danceswithwoolrva.com. We will link the website in the description box below once the video is no longer live, as well as we will link everything else that is in front of us to talk to you about, because we haven't podcasted in 2 months.
I was telling Erin, I said, oh my God, this is so much. We've got to take some things out because it's like been 2 months. So we're scrambling going, okay, what do we really want to talk about today?
Well, and it's also the busy season, right? We've hit September. The weather here in Central Virginia is finally starting to cool off a little bit. We're afraid to talk about it too much.
Not quite sweater weather, but
not sweater weather yet, but at least in the mornings it is cool. Yeah, it's cooling off overnight. So we'll probably start to get a little bit of color here soon on our leaves. And
So. Yeah, our big sycamore out here is already starting to drop some
onto the deck,
which we have to make sure stays free of leaves.
Right, so that you can come and see us and knit on our lovely deck. We are open Tuesdays through Saturdays. Anytime we are open, you are welcome to come and knit with us. But
and that just warms my heart, because I think it was you or someone was here in the shop this week and you said, oh, we have a deck full of knitters out there. So people had just come and sat on the deck, and which is nice. We have a Dunkin' right over here.
The Dunkin' Donuts, right? Like you can practically touch it from the shop. So get your coffee.
They get their coffee. They come over. They sit on the deck. So if you're in the area, come on over. We've got a really nice deck out there. And in this kind of weather, it's just nice to sit and bring a friend and just come and sit and enjoy and craft.
And if you're watching this and you are local, you are in the area, Tuesday mornings, Thursday evenings, and Friday mornings are our those are our like set social groups, but anytime we're open, you're more than welcome.
Absolutely. So what have you been up to since H&H?
This has been a busy summer. It's been a very busy summer, guys. We've had a lot going on. You traveled, I traveled.
Not at the same time.
Not at the same time. We're not allowed to do that anymore.
No.
We've reached a point in the shop where Debbie and I cannot both be out at the same time anymore. As amazing as the staff is, it's just, we have a lot of pans on the fire these days.
We do. And it's just, it's been crazy because we have, which we will talk about, we have, and it just kind of happened this way where we have 2 huge events coming up. So all the planning
back to back.
And, it's with Tanis and Marie Green and Tanis Gray. And we got them here to promote their books, which happened to be coming out
a month apart.
So we've got both of these events coming up, and it just has required a heck of a lot of planning, which is not a bad thing.
Yeah.
We've got, we've got a great itinerary for each of them, and it's we're excited to have them, but it's been a lot of work. So it's like
all the fall classes,
and then we got the fall classes. So I kept saying to Erin, I said, "Are you gonna do a podcast?" Yeah, we're going to do a podcast. We'll get it on the calendar.
And then something would come up and we'd be like, no, we don't have time. We can't do it this week.
We can't.
So.
And then there's the stuff. I mean, you have a child in school, so you had to get ready for school. And
so
her junior year. And so it's just a lot of, life happening and, busy season. But yes, we're going to tell you all about it today. We're so excited about some of the things we have coming up. But I did. I went to Ireland and got to do a trip there. And so I've been busy this summer. Went to the beach with my family. So it's been a good summer, but it's kind of nice to be back in the groove. And back into the swing of things with the shop. So
do we want to talk about?
Tell everybody why they want to hop on our website right now.
So I'm going to paste in the chat a link. So we talked about Marie Green is coming in October. Sales for all of those tickets and events have closed, unfortunately. We do send out emails. We had it on social media and everything, but we had to close Marie's out because now we're promoting for Tanis. So Tanis Gray is coming in November, the 18th and the 19th. She has 2 new books coming out this fall. The official Nightmare Before Christmas pattern book, and then the unofficial Lord of the Rings. And it's unofficial because of the Tolkien family. Anyway, we don't get into it. So Tanis has 2 new books coming out this fall. So she is coming. So it's Saturday, November 18th and Sunday, November 19th. So that weekend, we're going to have on Saturday, we're going to have a vendor pop-up event that we're really excited about. So we'll have several vendors. So it's
Urban Girl, Kim Dyes Yarn, Robin's Promise, and Queen City Yarn.
It's coming up from Charlotte for the first time. We're having them in the shop. So they all supplied yarn for patterns that are in the books. We'll have the samples from the books, which we're really excited about.
And Tanis just texted me Saturday, I believe, and said she got them for the second book too. So
Excellent.
We're going to have all the samples.
So all the samples from all the books, you'll be able to see them in person, touch them, try them on, all that good stuff. And then the vendors who are coming supplied yarn for those samples. So they will bring these yarns. They'll have kits. They'll have, if you want to change the colors out, they'll have other colors of those yarns. So that's going to be really exciting. So that's going to be Saturday. The vendors will be open. The shop will be open 11 to 5, our normal hours. The vendors will be open to the public from 12 to 5 that day, because in the morning, we're having a special ticketed event. We're having brunch with Tanis. So you can purchase a ticket to come in that morning at 10:30, have brunch. Tanis is going to do a little book talk, Q&A, answer your questions, talk about her inspiration for putting these books together. And then these ticket holders are going to have VIP access to the vendors. So they will get the first hour of shopping with the vendors that morning. So if you want first crack at what the vendors are bringing, you're going to want to buy a ticket to this event. You also get a shopping bag, which will be cool. So you're going to want to buy a ticket to that event. That's $40, right? I didn't double check. $40. You can buy that. That's a Saturday event. Then on Sunday, the 19th, from 12 to 3, Tanis is going to teach a workshop, an introduction to double knitting. So if you've ever wanted to learn how to do double knitting, where you have a fully reversible fabric, you're knitting on both sides at the same time, so there's no wrong side with double knitting. It's really cool. You can do a lot of fun designs with it. So Tanis is going to teach that. You're going to be making the Oogie Boogie roulette cowl from the Nightmare Before Christmas book. And so that will be, like I said, Sunday, the 19th of November from 12 to 3. The cost for that workshop is $195. That includes Tanis teaching the workshop for 3 hours, a copy of the Nightmare Before Christmas book, which she will sign for you, and the yarn to make the project. So the actual original yarn that was used in the original sample, it's being dyed for us by Biscot Yarns out of Canada, Quebec, Canada. So they are going to dye up the kit. So you will have the original colors that were used in the cowl. Although you can mix up the colors and do them in different orders if you want.
Yeah, and she said if there were, there are different symbols, motifs in the actual cowl. But if there's some motifs you don't want, she's going to work with those who don't want. Let's say they don't want a skull, which is one of the things. There are also hearts and spades, I think. Yeah. And she said she will work with you to put the motifs that you want from the book. Yeah, so you'll be able to put them. So you'll be able to personalize it for you. So that's all included in the cost of your workshop. And then you can always pre-order the 2 books. Like I said, the Night Before Christmas book, the Lord of the Rings book. They will be signed copies. So you can put them in. Their release dates are actually at the end of September here, supposed to be. But obviously, Tanis
won't sign them until she gets here in November. So you can pick up your book that weekend, or if you're not local, we will ship it out to you after that weekend, after Tanis gets a chance to sign them. So we want to talk about it right here. And I put the link in the live chat because they went on sale. Tickets went on sale at 9 this morning and they're already going out the door. So if you are interested, feel free to hit pause on our video, click the link on YouTube. Click the link and go to the website if you're watching us now live. And even if you're not, if you're watching us later on VOD, that's totally fine. Feel free to hit the button. It'll be linked in the description box, and go and get your tickets, because we don't want people to miss out if they really want to get a seat, because there's limited seats. Obviously, we would love to have everybody, but there's only physically so much room. Even in this bigger shop, there's only so much room. So there are limited seats for both events. So go to the website. Go right now. Just hit pause us and go to the website.
Oh my goodness. Yep. So I think we wanted to put that up near the front so that you guys had a chance to go do that before tickets sold out, because since they just went up today and they are briskly selling. So let's go ahead and talk about some knitting in our case.
Well, let's talk about what you're wearing, because I'm in my schlubby Maryland sheep and wool shirt. So what are you wearing, Debbie?
This is the Surrey shirt.
It's so cute. I love this.
By Cadre. Is that how you Cadre? I did the cropped version. I usually, you don't have to wear with high jeans. I usually don't wear a shirt underneath it. But I
just it's not super cropped.
No, but it was cool this morning, so I did want another layer underneath it this morning. But I enjoyed it. It was super straightforward. The pattern is very well written. I realized, though, as I'm knitting it, why I don't like knitting fingering weight sweaters. It just takes so long. You think you've made a lot of progress. You go to measure again, and it's shorter than the last time you measured. It has, the features are, of course, it was seamed here at the shoulders.
So it's bottom up.
It's bottom up.
Split
and
hem.
Then, split hem. And you just, you don't add any link to the sleeves. You just simply pick up and add a ribbing.
No sleeves.
No sleeves. And you do the same thing for the neck. So it was very straightforward. I did use a linen cotton blend. And I absolutely love the weight of it. It's very nice. What I did for this one, for a modification, it's meant to be a boxy sweater. It has a high-low hem. I should have gone a little bit more with the hem in the back. It was only a little bit of a difference, maybe a few rows, because I got tired of it. I just said it's coming off the needles, but she gives you that option to do a hem that is, you can do the same. It's divided, as you see, it's split, and or you can do a high-low. I knew cotton and linen would probably stretch a little bit, so I was worried about the neck, but I've worn it several times now, and it hasn't really, and I think it's because you pick it up.
Yes, you have that extra structure.
So
if it would have been
structured.
top down, then yes, you would have been concerned about the neckline stretching.
But I really like it. I like how it turned out. The modification I did on it was, I learned from a workshop that we had here last year that we are not straight down on a fit chart, like bust, waist, one size is not going to take care of all the different variations of your measurements. So I did I'm finding that I'm actually between two sizes when I knit garments. So I'm starting to feel more comfortable now with taking an upper bust measurement, taking a tape measure from my my bra strap up under the underarms and over to the upper chest, taking that measurement. And that's how I start. So, or that's how I end up. In this case, it was, and then I adjust because with this, I need more, or, I need to usually cast on more for the underarms or for the arms, just so they're not too tight. Because this size, if I did this size all the way, this would be too tight. So I kind of work between two sizes. And I'm getting more comfortable doing that. It's scary at first, but I find that they're fitting better if I don't do a one size, because I find I am between those two sizes typically. So that's what I am wearing today. And I have
Yeah.
really enjoyed wearing it for I didn't finish it that long ago. So I've really enjoyed wearing it the few times I've worn it. But it's great for this time of year as well. All right.
You've got a couple of
I
exciting
do.
things on the FOs list.
The FOs
on our
list,
little
yeah.
outline
So
here in front of
first,
us.
How long have I been talking about
Yay,
this?
I'm so excited, Debbie. Oh,
So
it's
this is my
beautiful. Look
Yeah.
at that.
This is Aisling
wow.
by Marie Wallen.
Let's look at your floats. Oh, look how pretty your floats are on the inside.
This was all over. I've never done anything like this before. Talk about fingering weight.
Fingering weight all over color work.
That was all over color work, everything from the sleeves, everything. It was I picked this particular pattern because I was drawn to it on the Cherish book. We'll link it down below. This was a book by Marie Wallen where she reimagined some of her original designs and actually did some modifications to them. This one she modified into a top-down sweater. So I actually fell in love with it. And I have been working on this, I want to say it's been almost 4 years. So it's one of those that I would put it aside, then put it back, and then pick it back up, and put it aside and pick it back up. So this is done in Marie Wallen's brand, which is very similar if you're familiar to Jameson. I actually believe it's probably
I think it's done by the same mill. It's just her like exclusive color palette.
Yes, it is very much her exclusive color palette. And so I've done it from the original kit. So when you see the book, and we'll link all the information down below, but when you see the book, you'll see these colors because I felt like with this many colors, I could never have.
Well, you can't ever go wrong with what the designer picked, right?
No, but this is Rhinebeck sweater, which I don't believe is going to be warm and cool enough to wear it.
Oh, don't doubt. There's been years it snowed at Rhinebeck, so don't. But it's a little early.
I will have to tell you, I put this in a bath, and it was just, I had to stand there and just watch it
bloom. Yeah.
It just, and it's not, it is, very rustic,
right,
very toothy,
but it's not.
But I put it on over bare skin, and it wasn't scratchy. So I have really, since my trip to Iceland and knitting my sweater with Lopi yarn that I made months ago, since finishing that, I've really loved venturing into these really toothy, rustic, very
not everything has to be superwash merino, guys. No. Superwash merino has a place. It's great.
But look at the color work definition. Yeah. Just because you would never have gotten this with superwash.
No, because the non-superwash fibers grip onto each other, right?
Right. And I think when I was knitting it, I think that's one of the things that I noticed as I put it in the bath, and all of these colors were it just kind of bloomed. And that's the one thing I did notice. I noticed that just the crispness of all of these colors, as it was
especially with so many colors.
Yeah, just kind of came all to the surface. I mean, it was just it's miraculous. I have enjoyed this stuff, but it's done. It's going to Rhinebeck.
It's going to Rhinebeck.
So let's hope I wear it. If nothing, I'll wear it for a picture.
You'll wear it. You'll wear it. It'll be cold enough. Even if it's just like out to dinner one evening, it'll get cold enough.
All right. And so the other FO in my daisy give me coffee to change things that I can, and wine to accept the things I can't. So I have been sock knitting.
I know. Look at you in your socks.
I know, right? So anyway.
Look at you.
I know. I probably should have gotten some. But anyway, I joined a sock club.
Yes.
So Erin turned me on to this.
You'll note that I also joined a sock club this year, and I got 3 pairs in, and have I knit any more socks?
I remember you talking about that, but it's Woolens and Nosh. She has a sock club, and
I love her yarns.
Yeah, and I really liked her Advent last year, and I did join it this year. This was the first one I did,
So self-striping.
vanilla sock.
Mhm.
Never done them before. Never. But what was so cool about doing the self-striping is I would do a couple of stripes a day.
Yeah.
And I got a pair done in a month.
Mhm.
So this is it was in the spring, as you can or late spring as I started, because you can see, and I got a mini, which is that black, but I love them. So I do the Crazy Sock Ladies vanilla sock pattern. Two socks on 9-inch needles, and we'll link it down below. I did the same pattern, and 1 month did little shorties.
Look how cute those are.
Same pattern as that I was using, except I just went straight from the cuff. And I did a few, probably 5 rows, and then started the heel turn. Yeah. So same pattern though. And then these were my latest ones.
Ooh, I like those.
And I'm doing, because I realized she gives you quite a bit of yarn.
Yes.
I went ahead and I'm doing longer legs. I just want that. Yeah. And this is a heel and gusset.
Heel flap and gusset.
Heel flap and gusset, which fits me really well. So I just did the mini that was provided on the I didn't do the heel this time. And I wasn't sure how the heel would turn out.
It can be really fun. Those heels with the self-striping yarn can turn out really fun.
Wasn't it cute? And so just did the heels and the cuffs with that. Now, yeah, that's what my FOs are. And then I'll tell you what my whips are in a little bit. But yeah.
I actually did finish something, to be fair.
Oh, yay.
Because I made this. So shop sample for a new yarn that is in the shop. This is the Blue Sky Fibers Wool Stock North. I talked about this on Inspire Me a couple weeks ago, and we raved about this at H&H. So it is the super bulky version of Wool Stock, which has been a shop favorite for a long time. It's in a 12 color palette. And this is the Winnipeg hat by Bobby Entveld. So this is a free pattern that you can download off of Ravelry or Blue Sky's website. It uses one skein of the North, and you can knit it with or without the ear flaps. I just thought the ear flaps are cute, so I put them on the shop sample so that folks could see.
Let me see
what it looked like. I think it's adorable.
I was like, I'm not sure about these heels, but look.
Look how cute. Look. And I did have a little bit of yarn left over. And I was talking to a customer yesterday who was like, she's like, I think what I might do is, because you pick up the ear flaps here after you knit the hat and knit them down. She's like, I think I'm going to keep increasing down to a point and then do little I-cords that then you can tie them. And I said, you should have enough yarn to do that.
Absolutely.
Do your little decreases down to just like 3 stitches on each ear flap, and then you can get little ties.
And even if you don't do the ear flap, this is coming well over my ear.
Yeah. And so if you don't want to do the ear flaps, you could always knit the hat longer. If you wanted to have it a little slouchy, you'd have plenty of yarn to do that if you weren't going to do the flaps. Or you could not do the ear flaps. And if you wanted to make a yarn pom-pom, you'd have, if you don't do the ear flaps, you have plenty to do a pom-pom. But we put one of the Ikigai faux fur. Debbie picked this little fox one out.
So average knitting time, probably.
I mean, a couple of hours.
A Netflix movie.
Yeah, basically. This is something you could crank out. This would make a great gift. You could crank this out in an evening pretty easily.
And you said free pattern.
It's a free pattern. And then we also have a crochet. One of our staff members, Chris, crocheted up this super cute. This is also one skein of North. If you're a crocheter, this hat is called Arctic Ice Beanie by Grace for the Frills. This is also a free pattern. And this is one of those, even if you just have kind of beginning crochet skills, you could make this, because this is crocheted flat, and then you seam it up the back. So you don't even have to know how to crochet in the round. If you can do half double crochets through the back loop, you can make that happen. Yeah. So I did. I finished something. It just was for the shop, but that's okay.
Okay.
That's all right. It counts.
Yeah.
It counts.
We're in love with this yarn though. We
Oh my gosh.
really
And
are.
it's been flying out. People love it. We have another pattern coming, a shop pattern coming
with the north
in it. And so it's great for making gifts for the holidays.
Yeah.
Now is the time. I know I harp on this, but I'm telling you, don't come in here all stressed out in November because you still have a bunch of gifts to make. We don't want that for you. We don't want that for you.
Well, if you do and that happens, we're going to show you.
I mean, we're going to show you this. We have solutions. Don't mistake us. But I would like you to enjoy your holidays and not be sitting there. So start now. Make things now.
And what you will love about this is blue sky worsted. I did that all the time. Blue sky wool stock is a worsted weight. And this is the
super bulky cousin.
It's the cousin.
It's the exact same color palette.
Yeah.
It's super, super squishy.
Yeah. And it's 100% Highland wool. So any hats you do with it are going to be quick and so warm.
And light. Because it's a single ply.
Yeah,
it's a really nice light yarn. So they're not going to be like heavy.
I know. So anyway, well, good.
All right. Well, you want to talk about your whips? Okay. So Debbie told me, so we sit down to podcast and she put the little descriptor on our video that she always does before we go live. And one thing she talked about was lessons learned. And I went, lessons learned? Yeah. What are you talking about? She's like, no. We're going to talk about it live on camera so I can get your natural reaction. So I'm a little scared now.
Right.
What's going on?
So I went to Ireland.
Right.
And I wanted a souvenir. And so I decided I'm going to do these they're called the Dublin Memories sock. Okay. So I get the pattern and I start knitting and I didn't like it. It was nothing wrong with the pattern. Don't get me wrong. I don't want to, because the pattern's beautiful. I don't know that don't think I brought it with me. We'll link it down below. But it has these Celtic, I'll show you.
Look at that.
Aren't they pretty?
They're very pretty.
So I bought 2 Irish yarns.
Okay.
And beautiful. And so I decided once I got going on it, because it was toe up, I didn't like it. And I remembered the one time that I had done toe up, I didn't like how it finished. It was just too loose. It fell off my, it just kept sliding down. I didn't like it. I really like this 2 socks on 9-inch circular pattern by Crazy Sock Lady. So I thought, no problem. I will take this chart.
Oh, I know what you're about to say.
And adopt it or adapt it to my...
Put it in the pattern you like, right?
No problem. So this is what I've got, y'all. And the other one was just like it. So I decided last night, because I'd gotten this far on the other one, I decided last night I was going to put it on a holder and I was going to put it on my foot. Well, guess what? It doesn't fit.
Yeah.
So
why doesn't it fit, Debbie?
That one is back to this. It doesn't fit.
Why?
Because, well, it's color work. There are floats that are not stretching. And so I go on and I do a little bit of research. Do you see how
because you trapped all those floats.
I trapped my floats. On socks, you can go up to 8 or 9 stitches. And usually my threshold is 5.
Are you working a one size up needle from what you usually do?
I did not. That was the other lesson I learned. I told you, lessons learned. So I do on a 1. I should have gone up to a 1.5. And the other thing is I'm looking through the charts.
Or a 2. Honestly, I would go up to a 2.
Yeah. So anyway, these are the charts. Quickly put them down. And I wondered why one chart had 2 more stitches in a repeat than the other chart did. See, you're laughing at me, aren't you?
Because I'm not laughing.
You would have known this, and I did not.
Not laughing.
So I'm like, well, that doesn't make any sense to me. So I'm going on and doing my chart based on the one that had 2 fewer stitches per inch, not realizing that they did that to allow it to
the designer was accommodating for all these color work floats.
So I got this far on both pairs of socks. Yeah. This is now the other pair. I am back.
I'm so sorry.
I am like, oh, I was so close.
The other thing I was afraid of when you first talked about it, and it's okay with this particular chart because of the patterning. So the chart was written for a toe up sock. The directionality of the stitches was that way.
Oh,
now, did you flip the chart?
I did.
Oh, good. See,
I
you flipped the chart.
And see, that's why I thought this was going to work so well, because I did. I
Yes.
realized that.
So
I
if
needed
you're
to flip the
watching
chart.
this, and if you're going to do that, if you're going to convert a chart like top
need to-
down,
yeah.
whether it's a sweater or a sock or whatever,
Yep.
there's directionality to stitching.
Uh-huh.
So see, you did that.
I
You just
did that. But this one had, this chart was
accommodate your
chart B.
floats.
This chart was chart A. Chart B had 2 more stitches than, or 1 more stitch. I'm sorry, 1 more stitch per repeat. And I could not figure out why they're different, why it wasn't working out. So I said, well, that's fine. I'll just go ahead and do the chart I've been doing. Should be fine. No, it is. Yeah, I know. I know.
It's very tight.
I know.
It's very tight. I would go up to a 2.
Yeah.
I would go up to a 2 and don't catch your floats.
Go up to a 2, don't catch my floats. But where would you go back to a 1? Would you go back to a 1 here?
I would, yeah, when you do your heel flap, I do your heel flap on your
turn.
usual side,
Okay.
on your usual size, do all your heel flap turns, and then do your foot on your usual size, just your leg. It's just the leg. So that way it'll go over your heel.
Yeah. I mean, there was no way this thing was going over my heel.
Sorry. I'm so sorry.
I was so upset. I thought, do you know how many hours?
Yes, I
knitting
do.
was in this. And it's not that it was hard. I mean, this chart, you can see
It's a very
very
easy, very
chart.
repeatable chart.
But, oh my gosh, y'all. I mean, I was like, what? I have done this or not this pattern, but I have done this
Several pairs of socks. Yeah.
and had none of those issues. Didn't think I was going to have that issue with
But
this
look
one.
at, like, so grab one of your other socks and let's look at how skinny this leg is.
Oh yeah.
Compared
Yeah.
to,
Yeah.
you can
I
see that
see
right
it.
there.
Mhm.
You can see it. You can see it peeking out from behind.
Now,
Look how much.
keep in mind, this one has been blocked. Or
I know,
washed,
but
yeah.
even still, you
am
can see
like-
how because that's not going to stretch. Even if you block it, it's not going to stretch.
So,
But it's so pretty.
lesson learned.
It's going to be beautiful.
So these were my Dublin Memories socks.
It's going to
So
be beautiful.
instead of having this wonderful memory of my trip whenever I wear them, I'm going to be reminded of the fact that I spent hours knitting it only to have to take it all out and start all over again. It may go in timeout for a while.
See, we do this too. We get customers in all the time who are like, oh my gosh, I make all these mistakes and I feel so silly. And I just want to get to the point where I'm an accomplished knitter and I don't make mistakes anymore. So there's a writer named Stephanie Pearl McPhee. You may know her as the Yarn Harlot. She has a blog. She has several books. She's got a fabulous Instagram account. Anyway, Stephanie likes to say that experienced knitters don't stop making mistakes. They just make bigger mistakes faster.
Yeah, that might be true.
Because we assume we know what we're doing. We know what we're doing.
Wow.
They're going to be so pretty. It's okay. They can go in
Yeah.
timeout. They don't
So,
have to.
I was
You can move on to this month's woolen and nosh
yeah.
stripy sock pattern. Take that as your travel knitting to Rhinebeck. Don't let this
So
stress you.
anyway, this also was going to be one of my pairs of socks for Socktober. We're hosting, if you haven't heard yet, on our Ravelry page, and you can flip right on over to our Ravelry group page.
We'll link it in the description box.
We are doing a Socktober knit along.
Make along, actually.
Make along.
Because you can crochet socks. There are crochet sock patterns out there.
So our make along starts now, and it's going to go through the end of October, and we will randomly draw 3
So
winners.
just make a sock, make a pair of socks. Pair of socks, and you can. There's in the chatter thread. There's all like the guidelines and everything, and you just take a picture and post it to the FO thread. Let us know what yarn and pattern you used, and at the end of October,
And we even said stockings count because stockings are
stockings count. Slippers, would slippers count?
Yeah, slippers count.
would count.
If they go on your feet, they count.
Mhm.
Or
Or they're shaped like a sock.
If they're shaped like a sock, they count. 'Cause
We're
stocking-
we're pretty lax here. We're
And
not.
so we're going to have
At the end of October, we'll draw 3 winners.
3
So, and the
winners.
more pairs you complete, the more
don't have to be local to participate
Nope.
because you'll still have a chance to win a gift card to the shop.
We'll just email it to you.
And we will email it to you, and you can use it online to buy materials.
Yeah.
So hop on over to our Ravelry page, and you can introduce yourself. Tell us what you're making.
Yeah.
So anyway,
it's okay. It's okay. It'll be fine.
Yeah.
So what have you? So since those are going to go in timeout, what are you going to work on?
Oh,
because I know how this game gets played. You're going to timeout. I'm casting on something else.
Yeah. So this is my super simple summer sweater. Now I bought
by Hohi Locatelli.
We'll link it below.
Yeah.
I bought
more plied.
Mm-hmm. No,
loop. Yin yang.
Yin and yang yarn.
Yin and yang yarn.
Mm-hmm. So if you look, this is plied yarn, marled.
Two strands of one color and one strand of another.
So even though the same colors are playing out, one has two of the dark, one has two of the oranges.
Yeah, so they're in inverse pairs.
So this is my super simple summer sweater. I haven't separated for the sleeves yet, and so as a result of not separating for the sleeves yet, it's pretty bunched on the needles right now. But yes, so
it is a super simple sweater, and she calls it the super simple summer sweater because originally she knitted out of I think a linen blend yarn, but you can use anything for it. And I think the pattern has short sleeves and long sleeves written into it.
Right.
Am I right? I don't know. It's a top-down sweater, so even if she wrote it with short sleeves, you could do it with long sleeves if you wanted to. So it's a very versatile pattern.
It's orange and black. Mm-hmm. So anyway, so that's going together very quickly.
Yeah.
So we'll see.
Awesome.
All right, what you got?
What do I have?
I specifically did not ask about this because
Okay. All right. So I don't know how I get myself into these things.
Because it's you want to challenge yourself.
So my daughter is a gigantic Taylor Swift fan, and I'm a Taylor Swift fan too. And after multiple attempts at buying tickets and the mania and the concert, anyway. So Taylor finally announced she's going to release the concert as a movie. Great. Here's a chance to go and see it, dress up in the outfit you wanted to wear, make your friendship bracelets, whatever. And we had talked about in the multiple times we've tried for concert tickets, I had talked about, what I could do is I could knit a cardigan, not the folklore cardigan. You might know what I'm talking about. If you like Taylor Swift at all, or if you have anybody, if you're a knitter and somebody in your life has asked you to make one, you probably know what I'm talking about. The white cardigan with the stars on the elbows. Not that. No, that would be simple because there's patterns out there for that.
Yeah.
We had a whole group of our Tuesday morning knitters a couple of years ago, all made folklore cardigans. That would be too easy. Instead, I decided that I was going to take a basic cardigan pattern and I was going to put an icon for each of the Taylor Swift albums onto the cardigan. So it would be an era's cardigan because it would have one icon for each era. So I found a great pattern. I meant to print the first page of it and I'm realizing now I don't have it. But there is a designer that I have found. She's not a new designer, but I had never heard of her before, named Amy Scher. She's got great patterns, and Jennifer does her grading and her tech editing for her now. So her patterns are fabulous. And she's got a couple of very sort of what she calls them building blocks patterns, kind of very basic patterns with a lot of modification options written into them that you can use as kind of like a go-to, right? I go to, and then I can make my mods, knit it in different yarns and have different sweaters. So I pulled her building blocks cardi, which is a cardigan. You can put sleeves on it. You can not put sleeves on it. Again, she's got bust shaping, underarm shaping, all kinds of shaping options written into the pattern, but it's all knit flat. So it's one piece bottom up to the armholes, and then you divide, you do each front and then the back, and then you do, 3 needle bind off at the top. That's all standard. And then for the sleeves, what you actually do is pick up across the top of the shoulder across the top of the armhole, and then you knit the sleeves flat as well. She does it so that your gauge stays the same, because some folks have a big difference in their gauge when they work in the round, knit in the round, versus when they knit flat, right? Because when you're doing stockinette stitch flat, you knit a row and then purl row back. In the round, you're just knitting all the time. So depending on how you hold your yarn, tension your yarn, hold your needles, everything else, sometimes your knits and your purls have very different gauges. So she does her sleeves flat that way, and then you seam them up the bottom, so that way all of your same gauge for everything. I liked it because I needed to have flat surfaces for everything, because this is only half the chart, right? I've lopped off the bottom half of this chart because I needed to have flat surfaces to do intarsia color work for all these different icons. This is the back. This is only half the back chart. It basically was a life-size chart. I just took graph paper, I sketched things out, colored stuff in, but intarsia would allow me to have multiple colors. It would allow me to place icons wherever I wanted them to in the patterning. So anyway, this is the back. I am almost to the armholes, almost to the divide in the back. And then I will, like I said, do the fronts and then the back and then the sleeves. I didn't grab the sleeve charts. The sleeve charts are crazy because one of them has a snake that will go around my arm. That took some time to figure out how to. I should have grabbed that chart. It's all crazy because I've got the edges like all cut out where the decreases are. But anyway, okay, we'll do this side first because it's the pretty side. So the bottom part here, this is actually some stranded color work, which I will block out and it will lay smooth when I block it, because this was all one color and it was, you know, the buildings were fairly close to each other. This is all intarsia in the top. So I've got
the skyline.
So it's New York City skyline. I have to duplicate stitch the arm of the Statue of Liberty over here and then put the cables coming from the Brooklyn Bridge. And then it'll be a little more recognizable. This is going to be a clock eventually. I just did the base and then I'll embroider on top. And some of the things are going to be embroidered after the fact because I'm completely insane. So there's the bottom of the S and there's the T. This is a guitar. Anyway, this is the front. The front looks nice. Want to take a look at the back?
Yeah.
This is why no one does intarsia. This is why. This is why. Yes, I had to go out and buy these little plastic bins because otherwise that's what happens. Balls of yarn roll all over the place.
And you should show a picture of your other challenge.
And my other challenge is because I have to work sitting at my kitchen table. I have to, because I have to have this chart laid out in front of me and all these balls of yarn. And then my daughter's cat,
I just think it's so funny.
She thinks it's the greatest thing ever because she sits and watches me.
Because she's got all of this.
Because I've got all of this going on. Then she tries to grab balls and run off with them, and I yell at her, and it's quite entertaining at my house, I've been told. Anyway, this is what I'm working on. I have until October 15th to get it done.
I've only done one intarsia project, and this is the part that just drove me.
Yes, so this is what happens, right? When you've got lots of multiple different, and you can put them on bobbins. So some people do that. They wrap the yarn around bobbins. I had so many yarns and so much, there was no point. There was no point doing bobbins. So I've made smaller balls. Like I've taken skein. So the main base color is Barocco vintage worsted, because this is will have to go in the washing machine. This is not something. The rest are all acrylic blends too, mostly from my stash. I did not. This was supposed to be 4 inches of 1x1 ribbing, twisted ribbing. I only did 3 inches because we moved on. Because it's not. No, we weren't doing that. Any more of that.
I remember the other project you said that on.
Yeah.
No,
we're done. It's three was plenty. So anyway, so that's that. Like I said, I have until October 15th, which I will do. It'll be fine. But then because the fronts are just right now plain knitting, because then I'm going to be doing some embroidery. A couple of icons get embroidered on the front. And so I'm insane. I don't know what you want me to.
It's so
I'm
fun.
nuts. I'm just nuts because nothing can be simple. Nothing can be easy with me. We all know this. I can't leave anything alone, and nothing can be simple.
That's so funny.
So that's where I
Well,
am
good for
right
you.
now.
I can't wait to see the finished project, and it's original.
Yes, it is original. Do not ask me. This is going to come. This is going to come. Do not. This is like my spider cardigan for Rhinebeck 2 years ago, guys. I love you all. I've taken lots of pictures. I'll do a entry in Ravelry with all my notes.
Do Intarsia.
But you are going to have to do this yourself. The building blocks cardi pattern is lovely, and I would totally recommend that if you're looking for a good, solid cardigan pattern. So anyway.
Oh, wow. All right. So what are you doing next?
I have to get ready. Once this is done, I have to immediately launch into getting ready for the 2024 year-long knit-along.
Which you'll be hearing about soon.
Yes.
Now we're gearing up for fall season.
Yes.
So you'll get all of the previews about that.
Yep. Starting in December, and then sign-ups will be in January. But I have to make what we're doing and film the videos this fall so that everything is ready.
Yeah.
Everything's ready to go.
We've decided what we're doing.
Yep.
So that's exciting. So yeah, we'll be having that coming up. Gosh, I keep saying it's so far away, but it's not.
It's really not. Like I said, I have until the 15th of October to get this done. And then pretty much as soon as this is done, I'm going to have to roll right into it.
Yeah. December, 1st of December, so we'll have that up.
Yep.
So we'll be telling you all about that. Well, my next, you see that I had nothing for.
Well, I did see on the notes you had nothing next, but I knew that wasn't correct.
No, because guess what I did? I watched Longmont Yarn Shop. I watched Stephen West last Sunday. And
for Fiberside Chats. So if you're not
Fiberside
familiar,
Chats,
we're one of the shops that participates in Fiberside Chats.
And he just happened to throw out one little statement that I was not able to forget about. And that is, if you're a fan of the 1970s, this is going to be a project you're going to enjoy. So guess what I did? I jumped on the make along or the knit along, the mystery knit along for Stephen West. I have wound my yarn. I'm getting ready to do my
your little
my gauges, my swatches with the colors. But Erin,
did you bring them?
No, I didn't bring them because I'm going to do the swatches. I'll show you the swatches next time. But we had shag carpet. We had burnt orange. We had.
Did you have
avocado green? So guess what? I did not do a same color gradient. I did a dark to a light,
which is what you need. It doesn't have to be all the same color family.
And mine is not the same color
from
family.
Dark to light.
I did a gradient with all the colors that were in my house when I was a teenager. Yellows and oranges. Anyway, I'm going to have a ball. So,
there's a video on our channel you can watch. I did a whole breakdown about Stephen West's Mystery Knit-along. It is an annual knit-along in its 14th year. Knitters from all over the world knit this mystery shawl pattern in October together. So you can check that out. And we do now have up on our website for this week only. We partnered with Emma's Yarn to create some kits. So if you're watching me before September 25th, Saturday the 25th, you can check out on our website. We'll link it in the description box. We have 3 different kits that they have put together exclusively for us that you can drop ship, order them straight to your house.
And we just happened to send an email off to Aspen from Emma's Yarn
and said, hey, would you put some kits together? She's like, of course.
Sure. And so these 3 she's put together just for us. And we did one with kind of a warm palette, and then a cool palette, and then a very neutral palette of grays. And so it's very, she did a good job.
Oh, yeah. And it's going to be fun. And it's on their Splendid Singles base, which is a base we don't usually carry in the shop.
No, but it's great for shawls.
But perfect for shawls, especially for this one. Nice, squishy garter stitch fabric.
Newsletter goes out today at 1 o'clock. If you're not subscribed, you might want to go ahead and do that. It goes out today at 1. It's scheduled to go out. And the information on how to see those kits and order those kits are in the newsletter. But they're also on our website live now. The other thing that I'm going to do is, because I am part of this sock club, with Woolens and Nosh.
Mhm.
This was 2 months ago, and I knew I was getting behind, and I knew I didn't want to do another pair of shorties. So I asked Barbara, who is
Clayville Fiber Arts,
Mhm.
who's our bookkeeper.
So I asked her to
Crank you some tubes.
Crank me some tubes. So these are the toes. I had her do a hung hem,
Mhm.
which she does on her machine.
Mhm.
And she did them, and I asked her to put the waist yarn in there so I would know where to cut, because I tried that once and it went terribly wrong. So I got the place to cut here to put in my contrast mini
Heels.
heel and toe. And then this is the toe. So I will start doing the toe. But I am excited. It's funny. I'm okay with these. You see, they don't match.
Well, they're sisters, not twins.
They're sisters, not twins. And this is the first one I have had that are sisters, not twins.
Yeah.
And so I looked at them and I went, oh, I forgot to tell her. And then I went, no, I think this is okay. I think I'm going to like this.
I think they're cute.
So anyway, we have Clayville Fiber Arts. She picks up in the shop, and she will crank your socks for you and deliver them back to you with the instructions on how to do the afterthought heels and toes.
It's not hard, guys.
It's not hard. And talk about great
gift. Yes. And if you are thinking, because I did talk to Barbara about that, she talked about a little bit about this week, that, if you are thinking holiday gifts, she would encourage you to get your yarn here to the shop for her to pick up sooner rather than later, because she is starting to get busy. She always does around this time of year, start to get more and more in. And so she is encouraging you to go ahead and get anything that you're thinking for, just go ahead and bring it in, let her crank the tubes. And then that way she's not stacked up and you're having to wait 2 or 3 weeks for them.
But you say you're not local. You can't do that. But
you can mail them to her.
Or you can call the shop. We'll help shop for the yarn with you.
Yeah.
And we'll leave them for Barbara to crank, and then we will ship them
and then
to
she'll
you.
to you. So we've got lots of different ways that you can do that.
Absolutely. So we're
all
excited
right.
about
Oh
that.
my Lord, we've been talking for almost an hour already.
Well, we knew it was going to be.
We knew this is going to be a long one, guys. We knew that.
But we are now,
because we have a ton of stuff to share with you.
So colors of the month for this is August
Emma's
23.
yarn.
Emma's yarn. This is the do we have September yet?
No, we don't have September. Oh,
yeah, we do.
I'll be right back. Talk to them about something else.
Well, this is
what I'm thinking.
This is August 23. And so this one is on our Hella Hanks base, on their Hella Hanks base. And this is, it's so pretty. It's just got these pinks and it's got some orange, reminds you of just beautiful summer colors. So we'll be bringing, or she'll be bringing out September, because we are in September. It's hard to believe. One of the other things that we have gotten in have been, and we're so excited about these. This just launched this week. This is the Zodiac collection on the Malabrigo Rio space. And one of the things that is so cool about this collection, and I apologize, we were pulling baskets like crazy to show you. You see all these colors? They are 12 new colors. They are based on the Zodiac. And as you see, those colors all coordinate so well together. And the reason for that is Malabrigo has, and we have this in the shop too, you scan this code and you can buy any of these. I mean, I love Scorpio, and I am a Scorpio, so I will probably buy Scorpio for a hat. But if you see this QR code here, you scan it, it gives you your sun, your rising, your, what is it? The rising, the moon.
It's your big three.
It's your big three.
Your astrological. I don't know a whole lot about astrology, but yeah.
Yeah, it's your big three. And they go together. We have a post up, I think. Did we put that post up with, I don't know that I did. I might have. Of
there's some reel. We put a reel up. Yeah.
That's what we okay. Yeah. And it has the 3 colors that Chris put together based on his big 3. And anyway, you it's fun. It's just a lot of fun. They are on our website page, on our shopping page under worsted. And look under Malabrigo, you'll see all the zodiac colors that have just been added. So beautiful. So we highly recommend you take a look at that, especially if you're a Malabrigo fan.
Yeah.
These are not going to disappoint.
Yep. This is September.
This
This is September for Emma's yarn.
Yeah,
So,
pretty, pretty.
So anyway, sorry.
And we have those available on our website as well.
Mm-hmm. Hella Hanks.
Okay, let's talk about this one next.
Yes. Yes. And this has gone well because it is already going out the door. This is we have a couple of new yarns in the shop this fall from West Yorkshire Spinners. We brought them in at H&H. So Barocco Yarns is now the North American distributor for West Yorkshire Spinners, which makes it very easy for us to get this in. This is their fleece yarn. This is a DK weight yarn, 100% blue face Leicester wool from Britain. Blue face Leicester, you may have been familiar, BFL, if you've seen BFL wool, that's what it is, blue face Leicester. This is a non-superwash wool, and it's cool because what they do is they dye. So these are the 3 natural colors, right? These are the 3 natural colors that the sheep come in. But this is what they over dye. So all of the dyed colors are not done on the cream base, they're done on this base. And that's what gives them this beautiful tonal, heathered qualities to them.
And let me see if
absolutely gorgeous.
Let me just put this up so that you see do you see how heathered it looks and how
but that's why is because they don't over dye on the cream, they over dye this taupey color base. So,
and I'm not a fan of browns, but look at that.
Really, really pretty. This is a great sweater yarn at 246 yards per 100 gram skein. Fabulous for color work. This is just a really lovely, this is going out pretty quick. We're going to do a restock on this. Did we do a restock? Good. Because this is going out pretty quick. So if you're in the mood for
it's just
sweaters
the colors,
or,
you know how we've always commented about certain dyers that we have that just has this beautiful, beautiful, beautiful style as far as their colors and the way that they, dye yarn in their
I like the fact that they over dye the taupe color to give it that richness,
which is very unusual. I mean, look at, as you see.
So yes, so this is different. So this is also West Yorkshire Spinners. This is their Exquisite 4-ply, which means it's fingering weight. That's the terminology coming out of Britain for fingering weight yarn. So this is a beautiful blend of 80% Falkland wool. If you're not familiar, wool from the Falkland Islands, those sheep are descended from merino sheep. So it's a very soft yarn, blended with 20% mulberry silk. So I don't know if the camera can pick up this sheen. This yarn has got a sheen to it that's really, really nice. Again, non-superwash Falkland wool, but with that silk in it, this is very soft yarn.
And these are 2 colors that's in my West.
So it is in a really pretty, this has been very, very popular too. People are picking this up for the West knit shawl. This would be great. Any shawl knitting has got beautiful drape on it, but it would also be great for lightweight sweaters and hats and mittens and all those kinds of accessories. It's beautiful yarn.
And you said it had a sheen to it, but if you look, you can see that it's got a halo to it as
ever so slight. So really, really, this is lovely stuff. This again is very popular. We will restock that as it continues to go out. But those are 2 new yarns coming in from West Yorkshire Spinners. And it's fall, guys, which means it's time for fall magazines. So Pom Pom is here. The fall Pom Pom has been guest edited by Candace English, who is the dyer behind Farmer's Daughter Fibers. This is all inspired kind of by the American West and Indigenous culture, which Candace is a First Nations individual. Look at these socks. Beautiful, beautiful.
I wonder if they went up a needle size.
Probably. This is, let me see if I can find a better picture. This is an awesome, that sweater
Yeah, it's one on the
with the
cover.
fringe
And it's got the fringe on it.
and baubles. Super, super, super cool. So this is a great, as always, Pom Pom is so lovely. Wonderful patterns in that. So that is the fall Pom Pom.
This one is titled Weekend Getaway.
So that's the fall
Yeah.
Lana. Look at that.
I mean, just some beautiful designs in here. I was just drooling over some of them.
They talked about like very classic, kind of deceptively simple. I mean, not hard to knit, but sort of very classic patterns that then, your yarn choices could really shine through in the designs.
Just gorgeous. Cable work sweater is beautiful,
really, really
too.
lovely.
Yeah, there's nothing I didn't like about this. And I love both of these publications. They're very well done. We are very particular about the publications that we're carrying in the shop. And these two are no-brainers along with Morit.
Yeah. And for our crocheters, fall Morit is on its way to us. And the publication date on that is, I think, September 25th. So that's when that will go out on the floor. We should have Morit up though for pre-orders here soon.
And I don't know if you heard about this one. This is the it is the turtle dove sweater that was Melissa from Espace Tricot.
Oh, the pullover. Now she's got it as a cardigan.
Got it as a cardigan. She has introduced it in this. Look at that.
We had a lot of people make turtle dove when it was the pullover when it was first.
And so that one is also featured in here. Remember that the patterns that are featured in these two publications are only available in the publication for about a year before they go on Ravelry. So
as individuals.
Yeah. So check those out because great patterns.
Did you grab a loom?
I did not grab
I'll get a loom.
So we have started, Keyser, who is our weaving instructor here at Dances, one of our weaving instructors, she started playing with these friendly looms. She had been introduced to them and started playing with these. And we decided to have them in the shop because with the holidays coming up, we thought, okay, these are not.
And we sold a bunch of these this weekend.
These are a hybrid of what you remember as a child. A lot of people have goes, oh, I remember pot holder looms. Yeah.
But these are nice. These are metal pot holder looms with really nice weaving hooks. This is a very much a step up from the pot holder looms you probably had as a kid. The loops are 100% cotton. So they're not acrylic. And there's all kinds, and the website has got more. All kinds of really cool designs that you can do with them, not just basic weave, but fun colors.
Right.
And
and they make great trivets.
Or mug rugs, the small ones.
Yeah, or mug rugs. We were saying that just something to set your mug on is so nice. And then, of course, your pot holder size.
Yeah.
So we have both sizes here.
Both sizes. These are selling like hotcakes. So we just put a restock order in of these too. Yep. So we've got both sizes. Each kit comes with the loom, the weaving hooks, and enough loops to make 2 pot holders.
And you get your...
Yeah, you get everything is in the box that you need. And then we have these color packs that you can get that will make 6 more. So these would make fabulous gifts for people, both in terms of, you can purchase one and make gifts for people, which my daughter was working in the shop this weekend and went home with one of these and she's making Christmas gifts. But also this would be a great thing to get your maker friends and then give them as a gift.
And it also comes
all the instructions and then links if you'd rather
weaving instructions.
Yeah.
So, and your materials. So great gift ideas.
Yes.
And just a Netflix movie.
Oh, absolutely. Absolutely. Great way to.
So we're excited to jump on that.
Those.
And so we've got those, and we've got those, and they are on our website.
Yes,
they have their own little category, so you'll find them easily. Yep. Emma's yarn, we've talked about that. Felted Sky Kit.
So these are also going out the door. going out the door like crazy. So we have been offering these intro to needle felting classes for a little while, but we wanted to start offering these kits just as their own thing. So we've partnered with Felted Sky, a fabulous, fabulous company, and we are offering a selection of their needle felting kits. Learn how to needle felt kits. These are wonderful. Everything you need, hold on one second. Everything you need is in the box. So they're all beautifully packaged. Everything you need, all of your wool, your little mat to work on, needles, everything is here in the box for you. There's written instructions as well as links to videos if you would rather watch how to do videos on it. And so this is a great way to learn how to make all kinds of fun needle felted creations. We've got a couple of different, we've got tons and tons of different, we've got Christmas ornaments, little gnome.
I know.
It comes with a little bell. We've got pumpkins, we've got sheep, we've got trees, we've got fall leaves, all kinds of
beautifully
packaged and tons of fun. And again, this would be a great, if you want to learn how to needle felt, everything you need is in the kit to get you started. If you want to get this would be fabulous holiday gifts for people. They don't need any, particular skill. They don't need to know how to knit or crochet or anything, you know what I mean? Great.
And what's so nice
for
about
kids.
them is they come, like you said, with the little mats inside of them.
Yeah.
So you've got the materials after you make them. You've
So
got
then-
materials to use
To make-
buy supplies for another project and work on.
And we do carry, fiber that you could use. We do have some in the shop. We are also getting more that's on the docket for us going into the new year. We will have lots of colors of single color rovings that you can buy by the ounce. So this would be a great time to get into needle felting because we will have the supplies to stock you going forward. But these kits are so much fun.
And we're also from Felted Sky going to be getting the assortment kit pretty soon. They're sold out right now. They're hard to get, but we are going to jump on that. I've asked to be notified when they come back in stock. And then that'll give you a chance just to buy the whole assortment of colors that you'll have. A palette. It's like painting,
Well, are we planning on, they also do the kits that are like the wall hangings.
Yeah.
We'll eventually move into those as well. We've started with this. We wanted to test the waters and see, and these have like hotcakes gone out the door. They're flying out the door. So we will continue to expand our Felted Sky line.
So let's do this next. We've got some more of these left. So give yourself a gift this holiday.
Yeah. So this is the from Firefly Notes. This is their 2023 Stitch Marker Advent Calendar. We had these as pre-orders, but we got extras. So we do have some extras of these. This is a great gift to get yourself or your knitting friend. There are 25 individual stitch markers. 6 of them are progress keepers that you can actually clip through the stitches. The rest are all on rings. So you just open a little door each day, but these are all exclusive designs for this calendar. And the theme is Celestial Night Sky.
Which is one of the trends this year, actually, because I've been listening to some trend podcasts. The one thing about these is, it's not a mini skein. So a lot of people, don't want to do the Advent mini skeins because they think, oh, I don't know.
Well, they get stressed out. What am I going to do with
what am I gonna
25 mini skeins, or I'm trying to keep up with knitting? This is a great kind of alternative. You still get to open a little door every day and get something fun, but then you just have all these cute little stitch markers that you can use afterwards. So this is in progress keepers. Yeah. So these are available on our website. But once they're gone, they're gone. So if you want one, I highly recommend going ahead and picking up one of those.
And then these are the makers cases from Della Q. We got introduced to their new line. We've always liked Della Q, but we decided not to carry Della Q bags in here at one point because we were carrying Daisy Said. But they have actually come out with this accessory line now that we really like. What I love about them is they're magnetic on the inside, so that for those cocoa knits markers and things like that, this thing falls on the floor, they're not going anywhere because there will be magnetic.
So this is the buddy case. The buddy case is magnetic on both sides. So all of your darning needles, metal stitch markers and things. So it's great with Cocoa Knits because all of their stitch markers are metal. Will stick to it.
And I believe we only have 2 left right now, so I've got to order more.
I know. We have to do some research. We only have like a couple of these left too, I think.
We only have a couple of these left. And with the holidays coming, these will make great gifts.
And then this is the circular needle case. So it's got a zipper on it. And what's cool about this, it opens up like an accordion. So this is for your fixed circulars. All right. So a lot of us have cases for our interchangeable sets, but keeping your fixed circulars
and they
can be really annoying.
And wherever they are, there they are.
One of the pockets. They come with these little stickers so that you can, stick on, what sizes. Each little pocket will hold 2 or 3 fixed circulars, just depending on the size of the needles.
This on there.
So you can put this, stick the little dots in, and then you can have it organized exactly. And then there's got this little booklet that you keep that you can write down all your sizes that you have. So you could take that with you. Like if you go out shopping to these are the sizes I already have, here's what I still need, little notes. So these are great too.
Yeah, these have been requested.
So, yes, and they've been very popular. So like I said, they only have 1 or 2 left of each, but we will get those restocked if we.
And so another great gift idea,
Perfect gift idea. And we're going to start, the holidays are coming. And so you're going to hear us talking a lot about gifts to make, gifts to buy, gifts to request from your loved ones.
We'll be talking about those wish lists soon.
Yeah.
So along the lines, this is brand new by Daisy Said. Look at this. These are called little pinch.
Okay. So the Daisy Said stuff we need to note right off the bat. This is not going to be on our website because these are all handmade for us locally. They're all individual. So there's no way for us, we'd have to have 250 individual entries in the system and it would never, So if you are not local and cannot come in physically to shop these, you need to book a virtual shopping appointment with us. You can do that right on our website. There's a banner at the top of the page. We set those up on Zoom so we can walk you around. We can show you everything, help you shop in the store, and then we can package them up and ship them to you. But these are so cute.
These are her newest little notion pouches. So they've got the pinch. So that means they stay closed. So you can't forget to zip
it up. And exactly. It's going to always close. It's
always going to close. And she's made them in her signature, way, and that she recycles
upcycled fabrics. And then this is another new style. This is called the Pucker Up bag. So it comes in 2 sizes. This is the small. There's a bigger size too. And what's cool about these is that they do open the whole way up like this. They stay open so they can, nice and big. There's pockets on the inside for you to knit or crochet out of. And then when you're done, you can either grab the handle and carry them like this, or you can pull the handle through and now it's a shoulder strap bag.
It is.
That stays closed because the handle's up against the other side.
She is so ingenious, and she reinforces. She has reinforced these straps. This is a new thing she's been doing, and I absolutely love it. She's reinforcing the straps. Yeah. And these grommets.
Canvas on the bottom so it stays nice and clean.
Yeah. Anyway, these are her new designs.
Yeah. Super fun. But we just got restocked. She did a big restock this past week. So like I said, if you can't come into the shop to see her stuff in person, book a virtual shopping appointment.
All right. So we have some things coming up. Like we said, we have a very busy fall coming. We have Urban Girl Trunk Show beginning the end of this month. I said October 30th.
September 30th,
yes. September 30th.
Starts for a week. Yep.
We have our big birthday celebration coming up. We are working on the details for that, but just a few new things in place for that this year. So we're excited to bring 7 years to you.
Yeah. And Marie Green is coming October 13th and 14th. So like I said, ticketed events have all sold out, but the Saturday the 14th in the morning from 11 to
probably about one. She starts
a couple of hours.
We're going to let her eat.
But for a couple of hours in the morning, Marie will just be here in the shop. So even if you weren't able to get a ticket to one of the events, come out and meet her. And you get a chance to meet her and get your picture taken. We will have a few extra copies of her new book,
But
The
not
Joy, but
many.
not many.
Yeah.
So definitely plan on being here like first thing in the morning when we open on Saturday so that you don't miss out on getting a book. And will we have some of her other books too, a handful of copies?
Not many, but yeah,
Yes.
we will, because we've had a couple requests to have, people have asked, can you order me a copy of and
her
so-
children's knitting book and a couple other things. So anyway, but you can't, you know, come by the shop on Saturday morning and when we first open and get a chance to just meet Marie and say hi and get your picture taken with her and all that fun stuff.
And then, of course, in November, and we'll be on before then to give you more details, but we've just told you today about Tanis.
Yes.
Tanis Gray with the 2 new books coming.
Check that out. Yeah. All those sale tickets, those seats are selling fast, so but don't miss your chance.
Yeah, but she'll also be in the store just for you to visit with her on Saturday.
With the vendors. Yep, from 12 to 5, those vendors will be open for shopping for the public. And so you can check out all the samples from the books, meet Tanis, buy yarn to make her patterns. It'll be a lot of fun.
Yeah, so we've enjoyed catching up with you today.
Whew.
I know this is a lot.
We
cannot let it go this long next time. We've got a lot of new stuff getting ready to come in and go up. And so it's like, we have got to do this more often. So that is our goal, not our pledge.
At least once a month. We've got to
get into
Can't let it go this long again.
No, we can't. But it's been great hanging out with you this morning. We hope we've given you some inspiration, some lessons learned that will help you from making the same mistakes that I have. But just a reminder of where you can find us. We are on Instagram at Dances with Wool RVA. We are also on Facebook at Dances with Wool RVA. You can sign up to get our newsletter once a week. And you can do that right off of our website. And just look for us. I mean, we're there, and we've got a great fall coming, and we're going to be giving you lots of information about that and all these new things coming in the shop. So be sure to follow us on our social media. So and inspire me on Fridays. You do a great job with Inspire Me
on Fridays live on Facebook at 10 a.m.
Yeah. So thanks again, and we will see you next time for another edition of This Is So Not a Podcast. It really isn't.
It is. It is a podcast.
Bye.
Bye, everybody.